This will be a discussion of astigmatism or cylinder as to whether you need it or you really don't need it. I'll leave this up to you. I, of course, check my refraction with spherical lenses with no problems, but there's a variety of opinions here. So let's listen. By Dr. Johnson.
There are two types that we can look at: against the rule and with the rule. The individual with the rule astigmatism will see the horizontal plane in less focus than the vertical plane typically, provided there is no significant amount of nearsightedness or farsightedness. And it becomes a gift when keeping watch on a wall or a watchtower or on a mast of a ship, as one seems to have an automatic filtering of the noise in the horizontal plane while having an immediate attention draw to the vertical plane. And given that the benefits of astigmatism are thus, why is it that we feel a need to correct it rather than to nourish it? Just because we have such construct of our eyes that it's inconvenient for certain people to do their jobs, that is, schooling institutions, which are actually in the best position to nourish someone's gift of seeing afar in a systematic manner. It does make seeing flat symbols on a flat surface an issue, but at the same time they have a leg up when it comes to reactivity and movement out in vast open distances. So astigmatism is really not this bad guy all the time that people really think it is. I do believe there are limits, such as having a power of 8 is quite high, especially if we're looking at corneal degeneration. Usually we get into the irregular astigmatism. But it's often not talked about what a gift it can be. And there are ways to mitigate that. Overpowering for astigmatism can leave a person, especially if they have already developed a lot of their visual motor coordination through the world, the way they live and move and interact with their world. You put a full compensatory lens power upon them, they're going to feel like they're in a fishbowl, particularly if it's a bad lens design. And that takes away all nourishment of the abilities that have been given to them by astigmatism. I do think it's practical to provide some compensation for the ability to undergo schooling, because school's not going to nourish it. They don't know how. They don't have the knowledge or the experience to nourish it, especially since physical activity in school continues to diminish, screen use continues to increase. There are ways to prescribe appropriately. Typically with a power of -2 amount of cylinder, which is what the type of lens that is used to compensate for astigmatism. If they've never worn it before, they can typically see very well with a 1.25 amount or a 1.5 amount. There's no reason to give them the whole 2. That way they can continue to nourish some of that ability they have in the differential between the vertical and the horizontal. And there's no reason that they need to worry about 7 playing recess. We have this idea that 20/20 is just absolutely necessary all the time, and it really isn't. 20/20 is necessary some of the time, but we don't need to attend to such level of detail at all times of our day. Sometimes being able to tune out can give the system a lot of release, which again is another benefit of astigmatism. There is a plane one can go to tune out the visual detail. So astigmatism is not a very bad disease within reasonable results. Now, there are some forms of astigmatism that are regular, where it's greater in one eye than the other eye. This becomes a clue as to how the person is using their vision more than they have a disease. Some interesting work was done by...
I thank Dr. Johnson for this discussion. There are a great many opinions about it. Dr. Jake Rafelson felt it was not necessary, but you will have all kinds of opinions expressed. So keep an open mind, and I think this one's about 40 minutes long, about 30 minutes long. So listen, I appreciate his work and effort to talk about cylinder and how to use the concept for yourself. Thank you.